Hi, my name is Sarah, and I am not watching a movie today. So, I'm sure you can tell that this is not our usual step. We are here on Tier Maker doing a tier list. Now, I know these kind of died out a while ago, but you know what? I'm still watching YouTubers who are doing it. Of course, because I'm doing vampires, I have my setup here. So, I put the ranking as my favorite to least favorite supernatural creatures. So, obviously, you know anything about me, vampires is an A. Yeah, let's just get into it. So, I have 32 characters here. I also have part 2 planned, so let me know if that's something you want to see. If your favorite vampire or vampire you wanted to see isn't on this list, they're probably on the other list, or I just don't know about them. So, if you have any suggestions for vampires for a part 2, let me know. There are a lot more TV shows than there are movies, only because I didn't want to do any character movies that I'm planning to watch, because I don't want you my opinion before I watch them. I have a few of them on here that I haven't watched, but that's just because I felt like they belonged on the first part of this list. So yeah, so we have 32 people, so we might as well just go on with this. We're just gonna go in order of when I see them. They're not really in any order, just because this was the way that I imported them. I got them in an order, but they didn't stay in that order just because of what they were named. So sorry if it's confusing that we're going from show to show, and some of them the shows are grouped together and some of them they are not. But I do not have face cam on today, or you can't see me. Usually you can. That is because my hair looks disgusting today, and I didn't want to show my face. So you can look at the whole tier list, and I'm not blocking any of it. Also, some of the pictures are a little bit distorted. You'll see these ones are mostly fine, but there's one where the face was completely cut off. But luckily, I know what each of them are just by the look, so I know who it is. So first off, we got Angel.
Can you fly?
From Buffy, and I think I'm gonna put him at definitely a B. He's definitely one of my favorite Buffyverse characters. So A is reserved for like the top vampires, B is like still good, C is like yeah, still love them, D is they're okay and I don't mind them, E is like eh, and then F is like get off my screen, I hate everything about you. Next we got Rebecca.
I don't have anything that bad.
Sure you do. Shove over, babe.
From Being Human, the US version, and I put her at like a D, honestly. So D is kind of just like eh, they're there, they're okay. Next we got Stefan. Yeah, frick. Put him back, run away. So next we got Stefan Salvatore
I can even make my own homemade mozzarella.
from the Vampire Diaries, and I'd probably put him at like a C. So originally he was like my favorite character in the Vampire Diaries, and I hated Damon more than anything. Like, he was the worst. I was like, I don't understand why everybody likes him more than Stefan. And then as the show went on, I was all like, oh, that's why, because Stefan sucks. I think he's one of the better Vampire Diaries characters. Next, we got Damon.
It flares up in the presence of psychopaths.
Ouch. Well, consider this psychopath's feelings hurt.
I think I'm so gonna put him at C, just because when I first saw him, I hated everything about him. I put him in C because he just doesn't belong in B. That's reserved for someone much better. Last on the Vampire Diaries universe is Klaus.
Poor lad. Loses one questionable father figure only to be replaced by the likes of the two of you.
He goes all the way to F. Never liked him. He was the stupidest villain I ever saw in one of these shows. Just disgusting. And then I hated everything about him on the few episodes of originals I could stand. I always skipped over. I watched like a season and then some scattered episodes of the originals. I did not like it. I skipped over like everything he was in, which is unfortunate because he is the main character, so I did not understand what was going on. Next, we got Nick Knight.
Screw the sunrise, give me the bottle. No!
From Forever Knight. Also, you probably haven't heard of all of these things. Like, you have to be my level of vampire fan to have heard of all of these, I'm sure. So if you don't know anybody, and you want to know more about them, I can do a video, or you can just look it up. That's true too. So this is Nick Knight from Forever Knight, and he definitely is going to Rebecca. I mean, I'm just categorizing him with the whole show. He is a very interesting character. They don't give him much because it's a crime show, but unlike other vampire crime show characters that are going to be on here, he definitely has like the least personality because they more focus his backstory than who he is in the current day, and I just don't really like that. Every single episode has a flashback and it's related to the case, and it's terrible and I don't like it. Yeah, I'm just gonna put him here just because like I don't feel like I know him that well.
You sleep in a coffin?
No, that's an old wives' tale. I sleep in a freezer. And while we're on the subject, garlic is tasty on pizza.
no idea if it actually aired on TV. I don't really know much about it. I found it on the CW Seed one day and watched it and thought it was really cool. I think I'm gonna put him in B. He's a cool character. Definitely not one of my favorites, but like I definitely recommend checking out the TV show. I think it is still on the CW Seed. I definitely recommend checking out the show. I think he's pretty cool. Definitely not an A yet though. Next, we got Dean Winchester.
Where you going? Bathroom, okay? Newsflash, Mr. Wizard. Vampires pee.
Now you might be wondering, why is Dean Winchester on this list? If you recall, in one episode, he was a vampire, so I decided to count it because why the hell not? So we got Vampire Dean, and I'm gonna put him, honestly, it's not just the character, it's the episode, but that's an A. First off, it's Dean Winchester. Second off, like, that episode is one of the 2 episodes in season 6 that I don't, no, I also like the second one, or the first one? The first one. I like the first episode of season 6, this episode, and then the French Mistake, and every other episode I can't stand at all. I hate season 6. Next, we got Benny.
I won't shove this up your ass. Awful strange way to punch your meal ticket, friend.
Benny is a vampire who was Dean's friend, and I honestly don't remember much about Benny. I think he was in season 8 or 7. I think it was 8. Because season 7 was the Leviathans, unless I'm getting confused, and I'm really, really sorry. But I'm going to put him in C. Benny was okay. I don't remember much about him. I did not do any extra research, by the way, for this video. It's just, like, based off of what I remember. If you'd like me to, like, redo this with, after watching, like, stuff with them in it, I'll do that, because it might change my opinions. I don't know. I'm older. Some of these stuff I haven't seen in a long time. So next, Alice Cullen.
We're sitting in prisons. I've already seen you open it, and guess what? You love it.
So Alice is definitely my favorite Twilight character. So I think I'm going to put her in B, because she is the only thing I can stand about New Moon. She is just so lively and cheery all the time, and brings, like, color to the whole franchise, honestly. So she definitely goes in B. So next, we got Sarah.
I want you to stop running from yourself.
Fine. I'm done running.
From My Basic Vampire. So Sarah is, I don't know, C or B. I don't know. I feel like a lot of the characters are going to be in C or B, because I just, like, those are just mid, and, like, I'm fine with them. Sarah, I'm going to put her here. She can be such a buzzkill at times. I feel like this spot should be reserved for a different character. Speaking of a different character, we got Rory.
Dude, this is off several hooks.
From My Basic Vampire, my favorite character. He's going up there with A. I can always count on him for a laugh. I love the character. Always been my favorite. Gotta be up there. And then Erica.
You should be worried about him. If he gets in my way, he's lunch.
Still from My Basic Vampire. Gotta go here. She was also great. I promise that's all the My Basic Vampire. You know I would do every vampire if I could, but I limited myself to 3. So next we got Draculaura.
Oh, my horoscope was totally right. You are the perfect guy. Such a good listener.
From Monster High. So I didn't really watch Monster High. I more know about, like, the dolls. My sister really liked Monster High. I was definitely more of an Ever After High fan. But I remember that my sister was like, hey Sarah, there's a vampire in the show. And I was like, cool. And then she spoke, and I was like, ew, I don't like her. I think I'm gonna put her in, like, she's eh. She's just eh. So next we got Rudolph.
I am the fiendish friend of Tony Thompson. If you do not treat him with respect, you will feel my wrath.
The Little Vampire. So I used to watch The Little Vampire, like, every single time it was on the Disney Channel. Always on the Disney Channel in October, and I loved watching it. One of my favorite movies growing up. But I did not remember this kid's name whatsoever. I remembered there was a little vampire kid, and I literally had to search up his name. But I'm definitely gonna put him here. Like the character, love the movie. But we're not ranking the movies, we're ranking the characters, and you need to stop basing your opinions off of what you feel about what they're from. So next, we got Blake.
They'll kill me. Kill you, motherfucker, I'll kill you.
What a classic. What a dude. I love this guy. Definitely my favorite Marvel vampire. I gotta put him in B. So next, we got Spike.
It's a terrible name.
My mother gave me that name.
Your mother, yeah, she's a genius.
Buffy. So, Spike. I used to despise this guy. I hated everything about him. Did not like him whatsoever. I can understand why people like him now. So If this was like 2 years ago, all the way. But I'm gonna put him in E. He's E. I prefer when he's not there, but like I don't despise him like I do with Klaus. So this, I'm sure you're wondering, Sarah, what the hell is this? This is Juliet from Wizards of Waverly Place.
Juliet! Vampire speed. Forgot about that.
But you can't see that. So Juliet was Justin's vampire girlfriend. I'm definitely putting her in C. Loved her. She's only in a few episodes, and she's not that much of a vampire either. She's more just Justin's girlfriend who happens to be a vampire. So next up, we got a classic. We got Lily Munster.
Good morning. Morning. What's that? Oatmeal. Ooh, oatmeal.
From the month, and she gotta go in B. She is a classic. I grew up watching Monsters, and by grew up I mean I think I started watching it when I was like 12.
What is this? A torture device? A secret mind controller? You won't read my thoughts. I won't let you.
From Hotel Transylvania. I'm gonna put him in B too. He definitely goes in B. He is hilarious. One of my favorite Draculas for sure. My dad's birthday is in October, so we saw the first and second movie in theaters for his birthday. It's hilarious. I like this guy. He's great. Transylvania.
Very important. Remember, the light will kill you.
Yeah, I'm figuring that out.
Don't you get it, kid? You're the bite.
If you're new to the world of vampires and or haven't seen my I Kissed a Vampire video, you may not know who this is. I feel like he's just got to go in B. He was a strange one, for sure. So, yeah, we're putting him in E. We got Darren.
We started the war.
It won't start a war if nobody hears about it.
From Cirque de Freak. So, I've never read the book. I know it's a book. I never read the book for any of these that are based off of books. I just don't read that often. So, I have seen the movie a few times, never all the way through, like in one sitting. I always have to watch it in like half an hour blocks or less because it's just so, what am I looking at? Darren as a character, which is a ride. It was like, what? The movie, kind of weird. We're not ranking the movie. I'm going to put him in C. It seems like I just made the E here for Klaus. I was going to put more people in it, I swear. Next we got the Count.
Ah, that's one. One bat. Two bats. Three fabulous flyers.
From Sesame Street, classic. He gotta go up here. He was the first vampire I ever knew. My boy, the Count. Love you, dude. Next, we got the infamous Count Dracula.
Van Helsing. Now that you have learned what you have learned, it would be well for you to return to your own country.
Gotta go here. He gotta go here. He is the vampire. Like, if I didn't put him in these two categories, I don't think I could be a vampire fan anymore. He is the Dracula. So, you know, he gotta be up here. Next, we got Aiden.
Okay, so dinner, right? What do people like to eat? What do we, the people, like to eat?
From in the US version. I love this show. Favorite vampire show, favorite TV show, hands down. Love this show, love this character, favorite character. You're welcome, my dude. Next, we got, from the other side of being human, from across the pond, we got Mitchell.
We can't just dip our toe. We need to dive into the churn of humanity.
From Being Human, the UK version, or Aiden equivalent, I'm gonna put him in C. I have to say, he just wasn't my dude. He just wasn't my dude. But you know who was? Hal. I loved Hal.
I used to ride a horse once.
What? What's that got to do with it?
I had a sword. I was respected. Better than that, I was feared. Peasants had their backs flayed for looking at me funny.
So I've actually only seen season 4. I've never seen season 5. I'm still trying to watch it. I just haven't found enough time to like sit down and watch it because I've been busy or distracted. But like Hal, he's my guy. I love him. I was like, oh, why did they have to have Mitchell? Why couldn't it just been him the whole time? I think his story is really cool. I would have loved to just watch Being Human 1955. I think his story is really, really cool. And I would have loved to see more of him. I'm sure we do in season 5, but I don't really know. So like, I'm gonna put him in B. Next, we got Mr. the Count. Mr. the Count, yup. Mr. Count.
Stuff your apologies! I want my
noches!
I'm calling him Mr. Count because we have like the count right here, so I don't want to get y'all. The Count, you gotta go here. We can see that every kind of like the Count, Dracula, whatever, they're all in A or B. But like, it's a classic. Come on, guys. Next, we got Bishop.
I think you have no idea what you're up to. I think you're lost.
Mr. Bishop, Mr. James Bishop, Being Human, played by Park Pellegrino, whatever, I don't know. I've hated every character he's played. I've ever seen him play. That stupid uncle guy or whatever from The Tomorrow People. What's his face from Dexter? Lucifer on Supernatural. Always hate this guy. Always hate his characters. I have nothing against the actor. It's just he always plays characters I hate. It's like Michael B. Jordan where he's just playing characters I despise. I think I wasn't gonna do it, but I think I gotta do it. I put him in F. Like, he's a great character. And I think he's an integral part of the show and Aiden's character and whatever, and I'm glad he's there. The show would have been very different if he wasn't there. I still hate his ass. Still don't want him there. Season 1, him especially. Disgusting. No. So next, we got Henry.
Almost 500 years.
Yeah, I wouldn't have pegged you for a day over 450.
I use a great moisturizer.
From Blood Ties. Blood Ties is a Canadian show, so I have no idea if it aired anywhere else but Canada, because I know it is I know it's a Canadian show. I love this dude. He's also gonna go and B. You see that B is like where it's at. This is like my style. Next, we got Mr. Edward Cullen.
Your scent, it's like a drug to me. You're like my own personal brand of heroin.
From Twilight, just in case like 3 people that don't know, we got Edward. I'ma put him here. He's such a lame vampire. Everything about him is just the opposite of a vampire. If he didn't like say he was a vampire, I wouldn't have believed it. He doesn't look. That's not a vampire. It's not a vampire. That's a wimp. We're down to our last 2, and they happen to be from the same show.
I've decided I'm going to go live with Mum.
Ingrid, your mother's dead.
You're dead. We're all dead.
From Young Dracula. I love her. I love her so much. I'm giving her. She's an A. Love the character. Love her all the way through. She is the best character. And last but not least, we got Vlad Dracula.
The wind under your wings, the moonlight on your back.
You're a flying rodent. What's fun about that?
Young Dracula. Go right here with B. Here, actually, next to your dad. Right up in B. There we go. So, that is my vampire tier list. If you would like to do this, I would love to see what your answers are. Let me know or you can just let me know in the comments who your favorite character is. And let me know if you like this video or if you like these other style videos and you want me to do videos that aren't just movie reactions on my channel. I hope you all had a fun time because I know I did. I give this tier list a 10 out of 10. It's awesome. Whoever made it, good job. You're amazing, Sarah. I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.